What's up, people? So today we're just going out for a chill ride, but I'm letting if you remember the guys who I went for a ride with to Osmania Peak, Sean, Vince's nephew, I'm letting him have a go on a Z900 because he's dreaming about inline fours. And so I'm out on the Ninja 650 and Sean is on the Z900 behind me. Once we get on some roads that he knows, I'll put him out in front and then we can yeah, we'll have a nice ride. So yeah, I'm not going to talk too much on this ride, but it's Sean's first time on anything bigger than a Ninja 400, so I'm not going to ride too fast today, just going to take it nice and steady and let him get used to the bike. But we'll get his reaction at the end because he's already just told me at a stop sign, he just said, God, it's so powerful. The moment it's real. Want to stop, have a quick break and see how Sean's getting on for his first little test on the Z900. Let's get his opinion. Thought we'd have a quick stop, see how you're getting on.
Yeah.
How is it? How are you finding it?
The fifth gear and the sixth gear is like first gear in my browser. The power, like I always stay on fifth or sixth because first, second, third, there's too much power in it.
So it's you.
I can really feel it. Like,
yeah. If you go half throttle in second, it will lift the front. Yeah. So you're right. You're short. You
5 and 6.
Are you short shifting and then staying in high gear?
Yeah.
Okay. But the power, what, in fifth? How are you finding that? If you're doing like 40 and you rev on a bit.
Yeah. It's like the first gear of my browser.
Yeah.
The sixth gear is like when I try to half throttle the sixth gear, it's like first gear on my browser 200.
How do you find it to ride? Is it too much power or?
It's you'll get used to it. It's the right amount of power, but you'll get used to it if you ride it for like.
You don't feel out of control on the throttle. That's because it's the inline four. The throttle on the Ninja is more snatchy than this. So when I was going through a corner then, I wasn't really concentrating and I was only in third, but it was an on-off on the throttle and it suddenly lurched me around the corner a little bit. This one's smoother.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it though?
I enjoy it so much. This is a dream come true.
Great. Good man. What about the weight? Feels okay?
Slight, like 20 kilos heavier than browser, like that.
Okay, so the weight's not a problem.
No, it's not.
The cornering on it's nice, right?
Yeah, but I don't risk it too much because I'm afraid it's not my bike.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's but the cornering, even just going through those twisties, then just slowly. But with this bike, I always found it gives you confidence, like to lean.
Yeah.
It feels like the tire's so fat at the back. You've got so much room to go over.
More clearance to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, let's have a look at the wheels. Look, I got an inch chicken strip on those.
Yeah, but I don't risk it.
No. Of course not. I understand that, but you feel.
Suspension is really good. Like I cannot explain it.
Yeah. It's
too good.
And this is not the special edition.
The Öhlins one.
So the special edition has, I think, Öhlins, but this is adjustable for preload, and I think you've certainly got rebound damping on the front. Yep, and I think you might have compression damping as well. I'm not dead sure. I haven't messed with the suspension, but that's all stock. But yeah, it's a nice ride. It soaks up the bumps, but it feels taut round the corners. It doesn't feel like loose round the corner. Yeah, it's nice. It is a good.
That's why most of my friends tell me that Z900 is like one of the best bikes, naked bikes ever.
It is. The handling on it is amazing, but the power, you can ride it relaxed like that and you don't feel like you're wasting it. Yeah. If you have a ZX6R, if you're not going hell for leather, what's the point? Because you are in such an uncomfortable position that you can't have a relaxing ride on it. Whereas this, has more down low power, more usable power, but you can also just chill on it, and it's not like the engine's going, come on, come on. It just chills.
So this has more torque than the ZX6R, right?
Yeah, quite a bit more torque, and it's lower down in the rev range. So the ZX6, you got to rev it to about 8 or 10,000 before it really wants to go. This will go, well, from nothing really, but and you're in rain mode at the moment, which just tames the throttle response slightly.
I couldn't imagine if it wasn't in rain mode.
I think Sean's in love with the bike and the power. So he was saying, and very sensibly as well, he was saying that he's short shifting and keep it in a high gear because he's just not used to the power, which I think is exactly the right attitude. But he was commenting on how smooth it is, which it is. It's super smooth, that Z900, and yeah, how powerful it is. But it's pretty beginner friendly, I'd say, because it's the power delivery is really linear on it. So you can easily ride that bike sort of slowly if you want to, and comfortably. I'm sure there's a little bit of him there that wants to just open it up on this straight. He's like, nope, the owner is behind me, I better not rev it too much. No idea what this place is called. Oh, Pinamungahan. I'm sure that's exactly how you pronounce it. Pinamungahan. 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 Okay. I've been there actually before. That's 7-Eleven. Pinamungahan. Meow. So we're going to do an interesting twist on this actually. So Sean is in the market for a new bike, and he really wanted to try out the Z900. We're just coming into Toledo City now. We're going to have a quick break, and then he's going to swap out and he's going to go on to the ZX. He wishes he was going to go on to the ZX6R. I mean, he's going to go on to the Ninja 650, and I'll hop on the Z900. So we're up the west coast of Cebu now, heading up towards Toledo. Well, actually, we've just entered the city limits of Toledo, I think. But we'll pick back up, we'll get his thoughts on the Z900 again, and we'll get his thoughts on the Ninja 650 at the end, because I think that'll be quite interesting to hear. If you guys who are planning on coming to the Philippines and you've watched my videos and you like the videos, you can see what sort of bikes I've got available, and I'm actually going to be renting them out. We're just dotting the I's, crossing the T's for the last little bit of paperwork and stuff to get that rental business up and running. But yeah, get in touch because we're going to be renting out these bikes. Yeah, going to be renting out these bikes later on this year, in a couple of months' time, basically. So if you want a sports bike, you've got the Z900 and the Z650, and then obviously mainly we're focusing on adventure bikes because this is a great adventure touring destination. So we have a bunch of CRFs, 2 CRF 300Ls, 2 CRF 300 rallies, and we have a Tenere 700 coming and a V-Strom 800. So yep, feel free to contact me if you want to arrange future plans and you're heading over here and you want a decent bike. Sean was just saying that, what was it, Sean? You realised what riding this bike?
It's not for everyday use, only for like adventures or some getaways like that.
Yeah, it's a toy basically, right?
Yep.
For here. And we were looking at the fuel consumption on it. So we've just done, what was it, 50 kilometers?
Yeah.
What was it saying? 13.6 kilometers per litre. And then like something like the CRF 300s, they get about 30 kilometers per litre. What does yours get? Do you know what yours gets, your Rouser?
35 k's per litre.
Okay, so halve it and then a bit less.
I even complain about my fuel cost in my 200cc now. I saw this.
But by the time this gets home, we'll have done 100 k's maybe,
Yeah.
and it will be down to half a tank on a 17 litre tank.
Yeah, so it's for those people that is dreaming about bikes for their everyday use. No, it's not so practical.
No.
The fuel is so expensive.
Yeah, and you don't get out of first gear around town.
Yep.
And it's not, yeah, that's a good point, because it's not just, wow, I can afford it, I can afford the monthly payments or whatever on it. Can you afford to run it? Can you afford the parts? The tyres alone will probably be 10,000 pesos each. Can you afford to do it up and farkle it and make it how you want, putting an exhaust on it? If you want a real Akrapovic, you're going to be well over $1,000, or probably $1,500, $2,000. Everything's more expensive on them, everything. Servicing cost is more. This takes 4 litres of oil. So when you do an oil change, you put in 4 litres of 10W40, yeah, and you're not going to put in the cheap stuff. Yep. So I paid 1,300 pesos per litre for what I put in there. Liquid Moly Street Race.
Not the same as the scooters, for only 250 per litre.
Yeah, exactly. You can put the cheap stuff in the scooters.
And you'll make this ×4 because
Yep.
that's 4 litres of engine oil capacity.
Yep. 4 litres. I mean, it's easy to do the oil changes on yourself, but still. And then you want to maintain it as well. You buy the bike. No putting, what do they put on it here? They put motor oil on the chain, don't they?
Yep, used oil.
Used motor oil. See, and I'm putting on Motul lubrication. Everything's more expensive. Yeah. Servicing on this will be about 3,000 to 5,000 pesos each time.
Yep.
So this one, a little bit cheaper. So this one's 1.75 litres of oil with an oil filter change. But you're still probably looking at the best part of 3,000 pesos to do a full service on that, on the first service. Okay, so Sean is switched out to the Kawasaki Ninja 650. He switched out to the Ninja 650. Sean, we're going that way, yeah? Inline 4 power now. Oh, it's so smooth, this bike. So I switched it out of rain mode back into road mode because that's the throttle I'm used to on it, basically. And we'll see what Sean thinks of the Ninja 650. Following it, I've noticed that the indicators wobble about a bit. Ooh. Yeah, you see, stepping up from a Ninja 650 where you can full throttle it comfortably here to this is quite a difference in power, because I'm only just touching on the power there. It is a big difference. But then Sean said he was riding this mainly in the higher gears, whereas I don't do that. Engine on this is an absolute peach. So yeah, the Z900 feels more flicky than the Ninja, way less out front, so it feels faster even if you're riding at the same sort of speeds, and the power is instant, the torque is instant, there is no lag. Whee! Handles so well, this bike. God, I'm hungry. The lads on the scooter next to me, they're going, "Vamos, adios," because they knew I was about to overtake that. Look, the Ninja's got plenty of grunt there, not as much as this though. Howls, this bike howls. Not quite like the ram air intake on a ZX6R, but it certainly sounds nice. I love the reactions of people when they see a couple of nice bikes here. The little boys, just reminds me when I was a kid, you see a nice sports bike, you're like, whoa. Or the sound of this one. So they get the look of the Ninja in front, and then they get the sound of this one coming afterwards. Sounds bloody beautiful. I'm going to ask Sean afterwards, but I get the feeling he's a little bit more confident on the Ninja 650. And that would make sense because he's been on the Z900 and now going back to the 650 is like, okay, I'm not dealing with 1000cc worth of power, you know? Well, there is a psychological element when you ride a nearly 1000cc sports bike for the first time, or any 1000cc bike. It's like that magical number, 1000cc. Oh shit, do you know what I mean? 650, you say, oh yeah, okay, 650 is only a little bit more, but then when you get to that 1000, I can remember the first time I rode 1000, it's like, ooh, I better be careful on this. But actually, when you ride them, as long as you've got the right mentality, it's the same thing. I'll tell you what I like on this Z900, get a nice bit of wind on my chest, which is just cooling me down very nicely. Oh, it's church up there. What's this place? It is Alaguinsan. No, Pinglamunihan or whatever it's called. I will put the name up on the screen because you wouldn't know where it was from my pronunciation. Little Yamaha XT there, nice. Cannot sit behind them for that long, it ruins the ride. That's better. Ah, I want the fresh air.
Some nice road surface.
Handles beautifully, absolutely. I'm not even trying to go particularly fast, just giving it a little bit of revs every now and again, but the cornering on it is absolutely one of the best handling bikes and most confidence inspiring bikes I've ever rode, this Z900. Bloody brilliant it is.
Good at cornering, huh?
Which one?
You.
Oh, this one.
I couldn't catch up.
I was just going smooth around the corners. This one is just, it's so easy to take the corners.
No, I don't trust these types of cement.
I'm okay on this one.
I only trust the asphalt.
Yeah, the smooth asphalt. Yeah.
This one I don't trust it. Eh?
No.
What do you call that?
Low side.
Low side.
Yeah. I experienced one of them with that finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this one is beautiful to handle for me. It's really nice handling. It's really confidence inspiring. The grip on the tires is good.
Yeah, for me, I was quite comfortable with the power on this one.
That I was saying when I was videoing along, and that's what I'm going to ask you. You looked like you were more comfortable to just go boom and nip round something on this one.
Because this one, I just think that I'm just using the 20% power of it.
Yeah.
It's a beast. And this one, I can like tame it. I can control it.
You can go full throttle on that without scaring the shit out of yourself, basically, can't you? Or you can even just give it the beans and know that it's not going to flip you up, flip you off. It's a much more manageable bike, this one. How did you find... So the power on this you find is more usable, you're not scared of it?
Yeah, I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, but this one's...
Yeah.
I think there's something psychological about when you say for the first time you're going to ride 1000cc or near 1000cc. I know when I rode one for the first time, in my mind I thought, ooh, scary.
Yeah.
Yeah? Whereas 650 you sort of say, it's okay.
Yeah, I was surprised too because I didn't expect that I could handle it. I could handle its power and I can tame it.
Yeah.
I can really control it, and I'm quite comfortable with the power that it's giving. But that one, it scares the shit out of me. Even like 20% throttle.
Yeah. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I think you've got to have a certain mindset to ride that. And even then, I don't, those corners, I could have taken them all in second if I wanted to. I took some of them in third, so I'm not revving so high. But, this one, you can use it much more.
Yeah.
You can go through the gears on it to accelerate around. How did you find the handling on this one?
It's good. For me, it's like, that's one easy. That one is more easy to on corners.
Yeah.
This one is kind of heavy on corners.
I think it's partly to do with the tire size on that one. That one just seems really well balanced on corners.
You can just do like that with that one, but this one you need to put a lot of effort to like.
A lot of that is to do with the handlebar position as well.
Yeah.
Because it's got straight handlebars, much less leverage is needed to corner it. But if you're not afraid to counter steer, push on the inside bar as you're going.
I always use counter steer.
Yeah, if you're not afraid to counter steer and just shift your weight slightly on this one. So when you're cornering, the best way to corner is to shift so you've got one bum cheek on here if you want to push it. If you're doing normal cornering, no need. It's definitely more effort to corner on this.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that one is much more easier on corners, but this one you need to put a little bit of effort on it.
That one and the ZX6R are probably the two best cornering bikes I've ever rode. Oh my god, that seat's hot. Okay, I'm back on the Ninja. And yeah, he loves that. Whoa. It's in road mode, so just be aware of the throttle. Okay. It's okay though. Okay. So I think Sean He said he's more confident on the Ninja 650 just because he's used to the, well, not used to the power, but the power's more manageable. But he loves that Z900. I asked him, you know, which one would you buy if you were going to buy one, and he said the Z900. And that, I can tell with him, it's not just because it's the more expensive bike, but it is the nicer bike, let's be honest. It's got better handling, more power, it's got that inline 4 engine. But for anyone who's looking at a Ninja 650, I think it's also a great choice. He's trying to corner a bit now. I think he's getting addicted to the throttle. Hit my visor. Bird shit. Lovely. Okay, I'm going fast there. Bloody hole in the road was unbelievable. Bang, I'm gonna hit a big hole in the road.